What is going on, everybody? Resale Rabbit here. I am at the warehouse grabbing some money because we're going to everybody's rummage sale. So everybody's rummage sale is put on a couple of times during every winter. It's supposed to be people having rummage sales inside of a large arena. That's not quite the case. It's mostly like big vendors who are selling this stuff really high priced. But you can still find some good stuff. So I'm grabbing a whole bunch of cash to bring over there, and we're gonna go check it out. Grabbing my Uline sponsored backpack. This video is not actually sponsored by Uline or anything. If you buy a whole bunch of stuff on Uline, they give you free things. I think the threshold is like 150 bucks, and you get a calendar. 300, and you get more cool stuff. I think this backpack was for a $300 purchase. I get all my boxes on Uline, so I have like camping chairs and tables and toolboxes and all kinds of Uline sponsored items. We're gonna head over there and see what we can find. It is 8:05 a.m., so I'm a little bit late, but I don't think that's gonna be too big of a deal because this thing is going to be massive. The other cool thing is this is going to be the last Everybody's Rummage Sale that takes place at the Brown County Veterans Memorial Arena. It's an old and decrepit arena that's been in town since like the 50s or 60s, and it's getting torn down this spring, so it's probably going to be my last chance to be inside of it. So we're going to go, and I already said we're going to go see what we can find. I kind of repeat myself a lot. I'm tired. I've got my energy drink here. Let's get over there. Parking is right across the street at Lambeau Field. Let me show you what we're dealing with here in Wisconsin. Look at this snow. I am 6 feet tall standing in front of the snowbank. That is probably a good 15 to 20 feet up. That is what we're dealing with here. Although with this heat wave, we're getting like 34, 35 degree weather today. We're going to be seeing some of that melt. I'm kind of excited. Well, we're in the parking lot of Lambeau Field, former home of the greatest man to ever walk the face of the earth, Brett Favre, current home of a whiny little crybaby, Aaron Rodgers, and we are going right over there. All right, we're back at the warehouse. Let me show you what I got here. For starters, I paid up for these 4 silver eagles. Each one, if you're not a coin collector, each one is 1 ounce of silver. They charged me a little over spot rate. I paid 16 bucks for each one. I think spot today is $15.60. So that's cheap. When it comes to silver, your margins aren't going to be amazing. I'm going to send them to a local auction. I think I can get 20 bucks a piece. These two are 1988. These two are 2005, and they're all in pretty nice shape. Now for $5, I got this deck of Pokemon cards. They're the newer ones. Let me see if I can open this up with one hand. These are the newer ones. There are a couple of holographic cards in there. I think I could probably get $5 to $10 for that. This I did not look up. It ended up being a decent one on eBay. They're selling in working condition anywhere from $20 to $50. I'll probably be in that middle area, about 30 bucks. We've got an Xbox 360 controller. Needs a good cleaning, but not in, never mind. I was going to say not in terrible shape. That's a little chewed up. But I could probably still sell it for 10 bucks or so on eBay. And then this wasn't such a great buy. I thought this was going to be about 20 or 30 on eBay. They're selling for about 10 to 15. It's a little heavier. Might need to go the priority mail rate. Or either way, it'll either be very close to a pound, either under or over. But for those 4 things, I paid $5. Here I paid $7. I got these 2 pens, or maybe one's no, I think they're both pens. They're made by a company called Cross, and they should be 14 karat gold fill. I couldn't quite see it. It's a little worn out. I'll have to get my jeweler's loupe to take a closer look. I've sold these before. I should be able to get 20 bucks or so for the set. Now gold fill is basically like gold plate. It's not solid 14 karat gold. That's kind of an oxymoron, but it's not 14 karat gold all the way through. It's just kind of plated. But gold fill is a thicker plating than regular plating. The weight is usually worth about the same as silver. And then I got this, a pictorial history of Green Bay by Jack Rudolph. I actually bought this for myself. Remember, I paid $7 for both of these. I bought this for myself because I like history in Green Bay. Limited edition of 5,000 with a handwritten number there. I love history, especially local history, so I bought this for myself to look at. Look, it's even signed by the author. Not that's going to help too much. But I looked this up on eBay. There are none sold, but there are two listed, one for $80 and one for $67. So when I'm done with that, I might make a little money on it. Now, I spent $10 on this whole shebang here. This thing is incredibly heavy. I think I'm going to get about 75 bucks for the receiver with the remote. It's one of those old Sony slide-out remotes they did in the mid-2000s. I don't know if they still do that. Hopefully the DVD player works, but this is unique looking. That's what attracted me to it. Receiver with the remote, about 60 to 75 bucks. The speakers, I was going to just throw into a local auction with the subwoofer, but the speakers actually, someone recently sold them for $20 plus 12 shipping for both speakers. So I might list the speakers. So there really aren't any sold for the subwoofer, so I'll probably just dump it at a consignment store or a local auction. But when I looked it up, look at this. The cables for it, $35 and $29. This looks more like what I have, $35. So what the heck? Let's sell these cables for 35 bucks. I'll take that. So all in, I should get about 100 bucks for that whole setup once it all sells. And lastly, I took a gamble on this. I spent $5 on all of these. They are all open box, and I'm not sure if they're complete. This one, you can already tell, feels a little empty. Yeah, this one's just the instructions and one little piece here. And he told me he thought none of them really were complete. They weren't what he thought they were when he bought them. I spent $5 on all of them. This I'm probably just going to throw away. This one, if I remember right, looked pretty complete though. Let's see if I can get that open. Let's see. Well, maybe not. I don't see. Yeah, we get some wheels in there. So this one might be complete. There's the instructions for it. This one's got a bunch of pieces in it. So this one might be complete. And I honestly didn't even look at these other ones. This one's got feels pretty full. So that one might be complete. This one is empty. Empty boxes I'm probably just going to throw out. This one, that looks like it's probably complete. In the world, what is this? There's also a baseball card in here. Interesting. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to bother trying to figure out if they're complete or not. I'm just going to sell all of these, with the exception of the empty boxes, as one large lot. I paid $5 for all of them. I think in a local auction, there's no reason I can't get 10, 20 bucks for them all. So that was everybody's rummage sale. While I was there, I saw 5 or 6 other resellers that I know or know of in the area. Chatted with a couple. You know, it's all large vendors. I shouldn't say large, but it's vendors. It's people who are buying stuff and selling it at retail in there. You're not going to make a ton of money. In fact, a lot of the stuff they're selling over retail. I don't know how they're making any money in there, because I've tried selling at everybody's rummage sale, and I sold cheap. I was selling at rummage sale prices to get rid of stuff, and I barely made my $35 back. It's just not really worth it for me for that aspect. It might be good for buying. In fact, what I usually do is buy a booth, don't even sell at it, just so I can get in early before everyone, because I'm looking, you know, all these resellers had arms full of stuff just like me. You know, if I got in there 2 hours before they open, that could all be mine. So anyways, that is everybody's rummage sale. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you in the next one.